Hey, what's going on, guys? Aaron from Packin' Dudes back for another video, and today I'm bringing you a really cool video, really special video to me. Today, I'm going to be opening up 10 packs of the 1989 Fleer rack packs with my dad, who collected back in the day. These are from his collection, and he's here with me today opening these packs. And Dad, you were a really big collector back starting in what year now?
I started collecting around 1970. That was really the first year, back in the days when it was pretty much Topps and nothing else.
Yeah, so now these are all the way in 1989, and by 1989, obviously you have obviously Topps is still going. You have Fleer, there's Don Russ, so there's a lot of different brands, and I think we've kind of seen how that's continued to come along in today's card game as well, where there's Topps and Panini, and there's they're still making Don Russ baseball as part of Panini, but these cards are from about the beginning of the junk wax era, which is obviously when they started making a lot more cards. And as someone that bought and sold back in that day, what did the junk wax era really mean to you?
Honestly, it pretty much meant the end of my collecting. I mean, once there started becoming too many products and too many of them, there just didn't seem to be the collectible value that there was when I was more heavily into it.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are starting to get worried that now, in the card world today, that we're starting to enter another junk wax era. I don't know if that's the case, but I think a lot of people see the production of cards rising, and I think that's the main concern. But moving aside from that, today we're going to be opening up 10 rack packs of Fleer 1989. You know what we're chasing in here if you've been part of the card world recently. That's the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, and there's also the Bill Ripken error card. So I'm going to open up 5 rack packs, and my dad's going to open up 5 rack packs. And I guess I'll go first just so my dad, who's nervous to be doing this with me, can see how it's done.
I haven't opened a rack pack in a long time.
There's 42 cards per rack pack, so there's a lot of cards in here. I'd like to think that we could maybe hit a Griffey, but we'll see.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not him.
You can tell me if any of these guys are good. I don't know
Mike
a lot
Greenwell
about.
was good.
A lot about
Bobby
these guys.
Thigpen was one of the early best relievers in the closer era. Robbie Thompson. Yeah, Tim Beltry. I remember Ollie J. Tibbs used to be a Cincinnati Red. That was Nolan Ryan. I don't know if I've ever heard of him.
Yeah, that's one that I do know is Nolan Ryan.
Lance Parrish used to be a big Tiger.
Yes, sir. That was the first set from the first rack pack. Try to go through this quickly here because there's going to be so many cards.
Yeah, all of the names look familiar.
I mean, obviously, I know from back in the '80s. I know obviously the big names: Don Mattingly, Barry Bonds, Wade Boggs. But I didn't really fall. Obviously, I wasn't alive for this, but I know you were a big Eric Davis guy as part of your Reds days.
Well, I was definitely a big Reds fan back in the Big Red Machine days. So all of those names are certainly going to
Robin Yount.
Jump out at me. Sure, Robin Yount, one of the best.
Dante Bichette. I wonder if he's related to Bo Bichette, the top Twins rookie. I feel like there's a relation. I feel like there's got to be. I already have some relation to someone in the MLB, which would probably be him. I would say I know Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn, one of the all-time greats. Kirk Gibson.
Wow, right on cue. All right, go ahead, Dad. You can open up your first pack now.
All right. We successfully broke the seal. And we can start with Joe Girardi. Anybody ever heard of him?
I remember Joe Girardi, the manager, not the player, though.
Might be the same guy. I got to get more in the center here for you guys. Mike Davis. This guy, I'm sorry to say, I've not heard of before. Dennis Martinez, certainly. Mark Gubicza. Chris Brown. John Candelaria. Buddy Bell, one of the famous baseball families in the game. Ryan Downing. Dave Stieb was a really good pitcher with Toronto.
Never heard of any of these guys.
Milt Thompson. Ernie Witt. Steady Ernie Witt. I don't know if that's what they ever called him, but he was around for a while as a catcher. R.J. Reynolds. Oh, and we have stickers. How about that? Okay, let's see what we have in the next grouping. Did I do two already? I did, didn't I?
You did one.
Oh, it's down there.
There's a lot of cards in these. I mean, probably part of the reason why I went into the junk wax here is because there were so many cards in these one pack. But they didn't really, I don't remember them having anything like a blaster box back in your day, did they?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I also remember these, wax.
Oh, yeah.
Pieces, but
Guillermo Hernandez. Now he had one really great year for the Tigers. Mike Sosha. For some reason, I think he might be a manager now. Funny how that works, isn't it? Greg Catteray, Dickie Thon, Ken Phelps, Steve Bedrosian, another good relief pitcher. Mitch Williams, another one.
So how much did a rack pack cost back when you were buying these?
They were usually around $1, $1.25, something like that, as I recall.
Jeez. See, now there's 42 cards in a rack pack. Now, to compare this to this year's Optic basketball, Optic Mega Box has 42 cards in it. And at retail, that costs about $39. I think it's $37.99 or $38.99. So, for 42 cards back in 1989, it cost you $1.25. For 42 cards in 2020, it cost you just under $40, or over $40 if you pay tax.
It's amazing how much they've gone up. Now here's another class act. Kirby Puckett, always liked Kirby. Along with Eric Davis, Bob Horner, Howard Johnson.
Any relation?
Used to go to his restaurants all the time.
Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray. Mark Clear, Jamie Quirk. A lot of great guys here, but I don't think we found any that we were looking for yet.
No, obviously, again, the main two for the 1989.
Trevor Wilson. What do we got here? Andres Galarraga. My God, he hit the ball when he was with Colorado. Well, that's it for my first one.
Yeah, we'll get moving here since this looks like it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'll try to go as fast as I can. Rod Allen.
Oh, that's a familiar name here, isn't it?
Detroit Tiger broadcaster for quite some time, was awesome. I'll definitely set that card aside. That's a card that I'd like to separate from the bunch here.
Danny Jackson, he was another good one. All right, well, we got to pick up the pace here if we're going to find what we're looking for. Another Eric Davis.
And if we're going to do it in a day, this has taken a long time. But I mean, you get so many
Mark
cards.
Grace, there's another good one, another Robin Yount.
Dante Bichette. I feel like this is like we hit the same.
You know, one of the things that
set.
used to really be common was they would run kind of in the same sequence of cards. Topps was really bad at that. Almost to the point where if you saw a certain card on top, you could have a good idea what might be underneath it, just based on the way they sequenced them.
Yeah, that's still a thing, at least to some effect today. I mean, I know, I've definitely seen that in my Topps packs that I've been opening recently. I know that if I know that I've hit the same strand of guys countless times. I mean, in my Series 2 video that I opened, I think people saw that I hit the same set of guys like 3 different times. Greg Maddux.
I never really understood why they couldn't do a better job sequencing them.
Yeah, I mean, you think that in all the time it takes to produce it, they could do it sooner, or they could do it better with all the time that they have, but I guess not.
All right, here we go with the next set. Rick Roden, Craig Biggio, Aisa. Being a fantasy guy, he was my second baseman for a long time.
Now, he's got to be Kevon Biggio's father.
I'm sure he is. Eric Plunk, Von Hayes. Jr. Not the right Junior, right? Jeff Reardon. Checklists. Checklists were always cool to have. Always liked those. Dave LaPointe. You know, the checklists always had a little bit of extra value because people would mark them up. To find one that's not marked was always kind of a rare find when you're looking. Not when you're opening cards, obviously, but
right
down the line when you're looking at other people's collections. Donnell Nixon. I can't say that I've ever heard of him. Sorry, Donnell. Andre Dawson, another one of the game's great players. Chuck Finley. Mike Harkey. Alan Trammell. Anybody from Detroit knows that name. Roberto Alomar, another great one. Curtis Wilkerson. Hubie Brooks. I always like that name, Hubie.
Reminds me of the NBA broadcaster Hubie Brown. You got to think that we have a decent chance. I mean, I don't know how big this set is, but
I don't know either. It was probably around 700, give or take. Most of them were about that in the day.
see now Topps does Series 1,
Dave Anderson,
Series 2, and the update
Charlie
series.
Huff.
So Series 1 is 350 cards, Series 2 is 350 cards.
Rafael Santana, Larry Anderson. A lot of names I haven't seen in a lot of years here. Cecil Fielder.
Another one that I know.
Don Mattingly, for the record.
All right, back to me.
Another checklist. There you go. Edgar Martinez, one of the game's great DHs.
So you can get the Griffey rookie card out of here, or that Bill Ripken error card. Those are the two that we're chasing in this one. Barry Larkin, another one of your favorites. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
See, there it is. This is that same line.
Yep.
Of those three. I don't know if it went. I think, yep, Chuck Finley.
We've seen all of these before here
just
today.
in your last pack. There's another Trammell. And let's get this last set from my third pack. Lou Whitaker to start it off. That's another nice name. Steve Wilson and Cameron Drew.
Another Dave Anderson. Names we've already seen here today. All of these.
Roger Clemens.
All right.
We're just halfway through now and still searching.
Okay, let's see if this stack is any better. Brian Harper. Names we haven't seen yet, so that's a good sign. Pat Sheridan. I have a hard time seeing these that are smaller. Chris Gwynn. Tracy Jones. Still not what we're looking for. Nothing against any of these guys, obviously, but when you're looking for Griffey, you're looking for Griffey, right?
Well, you know, you think you have 420 chances to pull a Griffey if there's 42 cards in this set. Or 420 cards in these 10 packs. 420 chances to pull them.
Another Kirk Gibson. Don Baylor. All right, what do we got? One more over here. And let's see if we get lucky this time. Names I haven't seen, so that's supposed to... Oh, Kirby Puckett. What year is that for Kirby Puckett?
These are 89, so...
So he was 85, was his rookie.
He's 4 years in.
Nice card, though.
Yeah, I like the design of these. I mean, it looks... I mean, it's kind of bland with the gray, but... I don't know, I like it.
John Costello. Dwight Evans. Carlton Fisk, one of the game's best catchers. And Snyder. Mike Fitzgerald. Another Roger Clemens for the record.
All right, back to me. Randy Johnson.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
One of the best. And I know that one. Was 89 his rookie, or was it 88? There's another Kirby.
Kirby. I'm not honestly sure about that one.
To check that out real quick. 88 was his first year playing, so would that make this his rookie card? Or was he in like maybe an update of 88? Did they do that?
I have to do some checking on that. I'm not really sure.
Let's set it aside though.
George Brett.
Our Big Yo.
Yeah, we've seen some of these names before today.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly go through this one since we hit that strand already. All right, one more for me in my next... in this pack here.
Goose Gossage. Yeah, I think we've seen all these before too.
Mm-hmm. Back to you.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure we've seen Joe Girardi before today.
No, you have.
Mike Davis. Mark Gubicza, Chris Brown, John Candelaria, Buddy Bell, Brian Downing, Steve. Yeah, we've seen all of these.
Man, that's annoying.
It is, because you think you buy all these cards, you should get a pretty good variety. Or if you're going to get duplicates, they ought to all be Griffeys. Trevor Wilson.
I remember that Ken Griffey Jr. card.
Another Mark Grace. Another Robin Yount.
Really, really hot during the Michael Jordan documentary that they did back in May and June.
Tony Gwynn.
I think it started in April, but it got really, really hot then because it was like baseball's, star during that time.
Andres Galarraga.
I'm sure it's cooled off a little bit now, but you pull a Griffey, and obviously it's during the junk wax era, so there's a lot of them produced, but it's just the I guess it's still with just that star name, it's still really popular.
Okay, last set for this pack.
Come on, Dad.
I know, we're getting down to the end here. Bobby Bonilla.
He just got paid his annual $1 million from the Mets the other day.
God, what a gig. I wish I would have gotten something like that. Juan Berenguer. Another checklist. Eric Hansen. Willie McGee. Rick Cerrone. For the record, Kirk Gibson.
All right, my last pack. So let's find something here, shouldn't we?
Running out of opportunities. Darryl Strawberry. Cal Ripken.
Wrong Ripken. at least for this set.
Yeah, maybe his brother will be close behind.
Greg Maddux, is this his rookie too? I think 89 is his rookie. Well, no, maybe it's 88. I don't know. I'm going to set that aside. We haven't seen these names before, which is kind of giving me hope.
No, I've seen that. Yeah, now we're into another pile of repeats.
All right, my last set coming here.
Well, let's see if you saved the best for last. Frank Tanana. Well, you got some names we haven't seen before.
Bobby Witt. So his son, Bobby Witt Jr., is a huge name right now. He just came, his first card came out in Bowman.
Bobby Witt was pretty good too back in the day. Pedro Guerrero, you might recognize that last name.
There's another Randy Johnson. So nothing in this, my final pack, but Dad, you got one more. So yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. was the second big chase card in the Bowman series that just came out starting a few months ago. Jason Dominguez, obviously the top chase for that one, but Bobby Witt Jr. not far behind.
Okay, Mike Greenwell, Bobby Thigpen, Bo Diaz, Robbie Thompson, another Nolan Ryan. Unfortunately, not a rookie.
No, that's about 19 years too late.
Yeah, something like that.
Something, yeah, around there. I mean, I know you have a 1970 Ryan, so I don't know if that's his rookie, but had to have been close.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, but that was pretty early in his career, at least. Pascual Perez, I remember him. Steve Farr, Todd Simmons. All right, we're really running out of time here.
Get some last pack mojo here. Come on.
Ooh, who's that guy? Never heard of him. Randy Bush.
All right, I think you're in your last set.
Yep, this is it. Ted Simmons, good player, not the right guy today. Bill Swift, seen that name. Dwight Evans, we've seen that one. Carlton Fisk, we've seen that. Van Snyder, I've never heard of him, but we've seen that one. Sorry, Van, nothing personal. Walt Terrell, I remember him. Franklin Stubbs. Okay. Greg Maddux for the record. And that's it.
All right, well, no Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card, no Bill Ripken error card, but still fun to open this up with my dad, who obviously has certainly impacted my introduction into the hobby and my joy for collecting. So, Dad, thanks for doing this. I'm sure, hopefully, you'll be able to come on and we can rip some more of your old cards another time here on a Packin' Dudes video.
Well, hopefully we can find some better cards to rip. I mean, this was fun, but I feel a little disappointed.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll rip into some 1984, 1985.
Yeah, I don't know if I have many of those left, but we can look.
All right, well, that's going to do it for today's video here on Packin' Dudes. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.